It was a clear Tuesday morning, September 11th, 2001, just after 8 a.m. Commuters sipped coffee, flights were boarding, and in downtown Manhattan, the Twin Towers gleamed in the morning light. Then, without warning, the skyline was torn apart. What happened next was unthinkable. 4 hijacked planes, 2 towers collapsed, the Pentagon in flames, nearly 3,000 people dead, and the world changed forever. This is the full story of 9/11, a moment in history that stopped time, exposed global vulnerability, and ignited to decades of war, fear, and transformation. And even now, decades later, the scars remain. Let's walk through how the attacks unfolded, minute by minute. 8:46 a.m. American Airlines Flight 11 crashes into the North Tower of the World Trade Center, hitting floors 93 to 99 at 466 mph. Thousands hear the explosion. Most believe it's an accident. 9:03 a.m. United Airlines Flight 175 slams into the South Tower, striking floors 77 to 85 at nearly 590 miles per hour. Now it's clear this is war. 9:37 a.m. American Airlines Flight 77 crashes into the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia. Fire engulfs the western side of the building, killing 125 people inside, plus all 59 on board. 9:59 a.m. The South Tower collapses after burning for just 56 minutes. It falls in under 10 seconds. 10:03 a.m. United Airlines Flight 93 crashes in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. After passengers fight back, the hijackers had planned to hit either the White House or U.S. Capitol. 10:28 a.m. The North Tower collapses, sending 110 stories of steel and concrete raining down, both towers gone, lower Manhattan covered in ash and panic, and the world changed forever. The plan was conceived by Osama bin Laden, founder of Al-Qaeda, radical Islamic terrorist network, born from the aftermath of the Soviet-Afghan War. He recruited 19 hijackers, most from Saudi Arabia, with others from Egypt, the UAE, and Lebanon. They entered the U.S. legally, trained in American flight schools, lived in quiet suburbs, no red flags. The hijackers boarded for domestic flights. Flight 11 and 175 from Boston hit the Twin Towers. Flight 77 from Washington, Dulles hit the Pentagon. Flight 93 from Newark crashed in Pennsylvania. Their weapons: box cutters, fake bombs, and religious conviction. They didn't just want to kill people, they wanted to strike at symbols of U.S. power: the World Trade Center, global finance, the Pentagon, U.S. military capital, White House, government, and democracy. And they succeeded beyond their darkest dreams. The aftermath in Manhattan was hell on earth. Tens of thousands fled. Downtown, emergency workers ran toward the towers. Over 400 first responders died that morning, including 343 firefighters, 60 NYPD officers, and Port Authority police. Toxic dust blanketed the city. Clouds of ash rolled through the streets. Phones went dead. Hospitals overflowed. Inside the towers, office workers faced impossible choices: burn to death or jump. Over 200 people jumped to their death, captured in heartbreaking photos. One image, the falling man, became the symbol of the day's horror. The attacks weren't just an American tragedy, they were a global event. 90 nations lost citizens that day, including UK 67 victims, Canada 2, for India 41, Germany, Japan, Australia, Ireland all suffered losses. World leaders stood united with America. Queen Elizabeth II broke protocol, ordering the Star-Spangled Banner to be played at Buckingham Palace. NATO invoked Article 5. An attack on one is an attack on all four, the first time in its history. But unity soon turned to war. On October 7, 2001, the U.S. invaded Afghanistan to destroy Al-Qaeda and remove the Taliban regime that harbored them. It marked the start of the War on Terror. Over 2.7 million U.S. troops would serve in Afghanistan and Iraq. Total global casualties over 900,000. Deaths. Brown University 2021 financial cost $8 trillion. In 2003, the U.S. invaded Iraq, alleging Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. That intelligence turned out to be false. But the war opened a new chapter of instability. Meanwhile, bin Laden fled to Pakistan, where he hid for nearly 10 years. On May 2, 2011, nearly a decade after 9/11, U.S. Navy SEAL Team 6 raided a compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. Operation Osama bin Laden was shot and killed. President Barack Obama addressed the world. Greater than justice has been done. Bin Laden's body was buried at sea. But the legacy of 9/11 had already evolved into new forms of terrorism. Groups like ISIS filled the void. Lonvolf attacks spread across the West. London 7/7, Paris 2015, Bataclan massacre, Manchester Arena bombing 2017, Brussels, Berlin, Nice, and beyond. 9/11 opened Pandora's box. The legacy of 9/11 continues to shape daily life. Airport security, TSA, full body scans, liquids ban surveillance, Patriot Act, NSA metadata collection, facial recognition's civil liberties versus national security. A global debate. Islamophobia and hate crimes spiked across the West. Refugee crises and anti-immigration rhetoric surged in the UK. MI5 expanded, anti-terror raids increased, and laws were rewritten. In Europe, intelligence sharing and border screening became central policy. Even social media now plays a role. Tracking radicalization online. We all live in the post-9/11 world today. The 9/11 Memorial and Museum stands where the Twin Towers once rose. 2 massive reflecting pools mark the footprints of the towers, etched into bronze. The names of every person killed that day. 2,977. Lives lost, thousands more in the years since. From illness and war, families still grieve, survivors still suffer, and first responders still battle cancer, PTSD, and government bureaucracy. But their stories endure. Greater than 9/11 wasn't just a moment, it was a warning that peace is fragile, that terror can hide in plain sight, and that the world can change in a single morning. We remember not just the tragedy, but the courage, the unity, and the sacrifice. Let us never forget. Let us never stop asking questions, and let us never stop telling the stories that matter. Subscribe to the Crime Stream for more true crime stories that shook the world.